as hell. How is it hot as hell in October still? I don't know, I don't get it. But hey guys, it's me, the most inconsistent YouTube person in the world in the entire platform probably. Um I wasn't here last Tuesday because I ended up going to a concert last minute. So I went to a concert instead of talking boxing, but there wasn't anything going on the weekend this past weekend anyway, so who cares, right? Like I wasn't on last Tuesday because I went to a concert, but there wasn't anything going on, so it's okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm pretty sure you can hear me okay, but I just need to make sure. I definitely wanted to hop on real quick just because I want to talk about Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 3. And honestly, this fight is all over the place. After it didn't happen in July, I was kind of like, oh God, whatever. I don't care about this fight anymore. But now that it's fight week, I kind of do care again. Now that it's fight week, I care about this fight all over again. Now that I saw this, grand arrival in Las Vegas, I'm like, damn, I want to see this. I want to see this again. It kind of got me. Hello, guys. How are you? It got me like hyped up, right, to see Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder all over again, and hopefully, just put an end to the whole, you know, mess of them holding the division hostage, basically as of now, because of this whole mess with whether the third fight was going to happen or not. And I know it won't be an immediate fight with the winner of the rematch between AJ and Usyk, but I'm still excited because at least these belts or this belt, the WBC belt, is now going to have an actual, home, and it hopefully there won't be any controversy. But hi, the LJ fighter. Did you guys watch the press con? No, it wasn't a press conference. It was just a grand arrival. They just did the grand arrival in Las Vegas right now at like 5 p.m., which is pretty cool because I'm pretty sure it's fucking hot as fucking Vegas too. And they're trying to they're trying to get the people all riled up but not be in the heat. So I do appreciate that for them out there. I wanted to go to this fight, but I've been spending so much fucking money, and then I'm going to Porter versus Crawford. I already booked my ticket. I already bought my ticket. I already booked my hotel room. So I'm going to be out there for Crawford versus Porter, and I might make it for Canelo versus Plant. But those ticket prices are fucking crazy for Canelo Plant. So I might just go and show up the day of and hope that I get a ticket. That's not like thousands of dollars. um. Oh, I don't know. I don't, unless you say something crazy. I don't. I have no reason to block nobody on here. Hello, Brown Gone One, and of yeah. So, like I said, I wanted to get on here and just talk about this fight, right? Wilder versus Fury 2. This fight is all over the place. The predictions I see online are all over the place. Some people are thinking that Fury's going to give Deontay Wilder a third dose of defeat. I know the first one ended in a draw, but to me, I had Fury winning that fight. I had him winning every single round that he didn't hit the canvas in, which is basically all of them except two, right? So I think Wilder still lost that fight. The second time it was just much more controversial because of the cheating accusations of the my suit is too heavy, because of the my trainer was in on it and spiked my water, right? So there was a lot of things going on to the second fight that kind of tainted this whole trilogy. And then Tyson Fury now trying to avoid the trilogy, which he had agreed upon, like contract wise, and trying to plan a whole fight with Joshua when we knew I don't think that was ever gonna happen either. At least not yet. And then after him claiming he contracted COVID, but what was crazy about him saying that he contracted COVID is that they never gave any proof of diagnosis to the commission or to Wilder's team. And I know it was a test through Top Rank because Top Rank had its bubble, right? And they did constant testing when they're having the bubble in Las Vegas. But I just think for full transparency and just like basic human etiquette, like if I was set to fight somebody and I popped positive for COVID, I would tell everybody. I would show everybody proof. I'd say, hey, or if not Fury himself, Top Rank, right? You think Top Rank would send this information to the commission and to Wilder's team just to be like, hey guys, by the way, he popped positive. It was just like, oh, hey, he popped positive for COVID. Sorry, like we're gonna have to reschedule this. So I don't know. The article I read by Boxing Scene didn't really say if top that it didn't say that Top Rank gave anybody any proof, basically, which is kind of lame. And all this stuff going on kind of just makes it more like, oh, just get it over with already. But I have to admit, I'm excited. I'm excited for this fighting all over again. I want to know what's gonna happen because the internet is gonna go fucking crazy regardless of the outcome, especially boxingtwitter.com. Actually, just yeah, I don't. It's hot here in LA, and it was raining yesterday with thunder and stuff and lightning, and it's still like 90 degrees. It sucks. So I can't even imagine Vegas. But in November, when we go over there for Crawford versus Porter, it's gonna be fucking cold. I think so too. I know people really like Wilder. I like him too, but I just didn't see him winning that first fight, and I don't know how you can score it a draw. I'll watch the fight on Sunday on YouTube. Oh, where are you going dancing? No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna go live. So for this one, you guys, I am going live. I am gonna go live for Wilder versus Fury 3. Obviously, I can't show the fight on the screen, but I do want to go live during the main event just to like we can capture, what's going on and we can react together. If I don't go live during the main event because even the sound of it can trigger like copyright violations, then I will just go live after, right after, because I'm gonna watch it here in my house. I think they're very different things. I think the gloves and the spiked water stuff that can be like dismissed, right? Because like you said, there's no proof, real proof or abundant proof. But for COVID, you have to. I feel like it's common sense to be like, oh well, hey, we have a big fucking fight coming up, literally like in 3 weeks, but I tested positive for COVID, and I'm just supposed to be like, okay, get better. Like you would think they would give somebody at least the commission. They don't have to give it straight to Deontay Wilder. They don't have to do that, but at least to the commission, I would think. And from what I read on Boxing Scene, they did not do that, which to me, it's kind of strange. I just think it's strange. I don't know. That's just me though. Um, I don't get it. Just because it's not as hot as other places doesn't mean it's not hot here. I don't get it. I live in Long Beach, so not really LA. I moved out of LA last August 2020, July 2020, and I live in Long Beach. Oh my god, I have a job. Like I am a full-time journalist now for a Latinx publication. So I'm always busy, but I do like going live just because I want to get you guys' prediction. And that's basically what I came on for, because on Twitter, you see a mix of predictions. Some people again predict Wilder's just gonna come and prove that Fury was cheating all along, and then he's gonna knock him out and he's not gonna get up, right? Anymore. That he's not gonna get up like he did in the first fight. And then some other people that think Fury is just going to continue from the second fight and just put on another beating for Wilder. So I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think is going to happen. And what you guys think is going to happen to what you guys are hoping is going to happen. Miguel is here. Miguel is Team Fury. Miguel is Team Tyson Fury since day one. I think I have mixed feelings about who I want to win this fight, and they're kind of petty. I'm not gonna lie. So I personally, I don't, I rarely root for fighters. I just want to watch a good fight. Like I don't care who wins. I just want a good fight. I don't care. See, Celtic versus Fury will KO Wilder in the ninth. Why don't I have a what? A screw? What? A what? Wilder talking about. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. I don't know. I kind of want Wilder to win just because it would be funny as hell. Like it would be funny and it would be epic, right? For Wilder to come back and knock out Fury, and it would prove that, like, it's heavyweight boxing and one punch can change anything, right? So I don't care who wins. I just want this shit to be over. I'm not rooting for anyone specific, but I would like to see Wilder win. I would like to see Wilder win just because I just fuck UK fans. I'm just I just UK boxing fans get on my fucking nerves sometimes. So sometimes I'm just like, dang, I need Wilder to win this so they can shut the fuck up. But also, the same goes for Wilder. As soon as I'm like, man, I just want Fury to just knock Wilder out again, cold, like this time cold, so that all the fucking crazy fans on Twitter just shut the fuck up too. Right? There's like people on Twitter who are so obsessed with Wilder, like to where it's scary and like a little gay. And there's nothing wrong with being gay, obviously, y'all know that. But like that obsession is a little too much for me, and I'm like, man, sometimes I want Wilder to just get knocked the fuck out just so these motherfuckers shut the hell up. Because they're so crazy. Right? So I don't really have any real reasons why I would want any of these guys to win. Both of their fan bases are equally annoying. So, but I think I would like Wilder to win simply because I think it would make the division much more interesting than if Fury wins. Because if Fury wins, Fury's known to be fucking holding belts hostage. Fury's known to be canceling fights, dropping fights here and there. I don't want the heavyweight division to rest at the hands of a guy who keeps canceling fights, who's very inconsistent. I should know about inconsistencies. I'm one of the most inconsistent bitches I know. So I would not want the fate of the heavyweight division, that one last belt, to be at the hands of Fury, because he just has a horrible track record of pulling out of fights and pulling some bullshit. So I honestly I honestly don't want that. I'd rather Wilder win and then Wilder can fight Usyk or Joshua. I still want Joshua and Wilder to fight. I don't care if they both lost. I want them both to fight. I still want them to fight. So I don't, I'm going to always see what Wilder. I'm gonna, I'm gonna have to screen grab that because that's. he's actually, he's actually wearing something pretty heavy from what I saw. I saw something on Twitter, and it looked like a Power Ranger supervillain. Dude, they get on my nerves. They are so fucking annoying. And I'm sorry. I know it's not all of them. It's not all UK fans, but for the most part, they're so fucking annoying. No, he looks like a fucking Power Ranger supervillain. Is what he looks like. No, 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 no. Don't even jinx it anymore. And I know we're all kind of like jumpy about this because we know, again, anything can happen, and with COVID and all this crap, right? I would fucking hate that for everybody, especially for the fans who are already out there for fight week and the media. Like you can't. I hope they don't. Hello, Combat Talk. In the first fight when Wilder put Tyson in the canvas, a lot of people say that he counted slow, and a lot of people say that it should have been waved off immediately when Tyson Fury hit the canvas because he did look fucking out of it. His eyes were all fucked up. He just looked, his eyes were glazed, and then like all of a sudden he's like, and then he gets up, and it's like fucking crazy because it's literally like the Undertaker, right? Like it's literally like it was out of nowhere. So I don't know. I don't know. I think you can kind of say that because he did also kind of like ask him something as he was trying to get him to get up. So I don't know. I have to watch that again. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he did give him too much time? I have to watch that again. But from what I do remember is from last weekend when with Wilder, I mean Usyk versus Joshua, they did end that fight like 3-4 seconds earlier, right? Like it started counting down to 10 seconds, and then like it wasn't even 10 seconds, and then the ending bell of the round sounded, and you're like, what the fuck happened? Why is it was like 3-4 seconds left in that fight. What song will Fury Sweet Caroline? I hope it's not fucking Sweet Caroline, or it could be that American Pie song that he likes. Right? He likes that American Pie song so much. So I have a feeling it might be that. Have you seen how long Wilder held? You're right. You got me there. He did, but he was. You got a point. Actually, you got a point. And I feel like, regardless, those belts were going to be held hostage because they're in different promotional companies, right? You have now it's with Top Rank, and then the other ones are over there with Matchroom. Or where's Usyk with Matchroom? I don't think Usyk's with Matchroom. He just fights wherever the fuck they offer him fights. But it would have been the zone. Remember when Wilder had the WBC and Joshua had all the other? It was like just that 50 million here and this many here, and it never happened. So yeah, I feel like regardless, the freaking belts are gonna remain hostage. But at least Wilder and Joshua never really pulled out of fights. They don't just claim they're gonna do something and fight and then don't. You know, they don't do shit like that. Neither of them are known to be doing shit like that. While Wilder or Joshua. Fury, on the other hand, he has a track record. He do. I Yeah, he did. He did, right? I'm not like he just does that. He just like disappears, and it's like I don't want that to happen. Pancho Villa says I was a big fan of Fury, then it beat Klitschko and he started acting up. I love the Klitschkos. The Klitschkos, I love them. I know people hated them because they held a division hostage and because they were boring, right? But I love the Klitschkos. I'm sorry, I love them, but I do see your point. uh, See, and a lot of people say this, Justin. A lot of people say, "Oh, Fury's so entertaining," and I can see how people, fans, especially, like him outside of the ring because he's very engaging and very charismatic. But he's like a fine line from entertaining and engaging to kind of corny. He does say some corny shit sometimes, and it's just like, like okay, he's kind of like I don't know. He acts a little crazy. Wilder got gimp suit on. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Fury's not entertaining. He was on. I see the thing is, and I think Christina Poncher said this today at the Grand Arrival. Is like when you look at Tyson Fury and his other fights, you're like, man, like this is the guy. Like this is the guy who's like the most elusive guy in the heavyweight division. But then his last fight against Wilder was very, very was that was entertaining because we never expected this shit. I remember it to this day. I remember just sitting there watching this, like, what the fuck is happening? Am I dreaming? Like, because I was like, okay, maybe Wilder will lose by points this time. Like, he will lose by points, like they won't give him a draw or something. But when he put him down, I was just like, what am I watching? I was drinking, so I'm like, is this really happening right now? Like, or am I already drunk? Like, what is happening? What is happening? I think I don't know. Like I said, I'm just petty. I don't care who wins. I'm just petty. Both of these fan bases suck, and I'm just ready for the hell that's gonna be social media after this fight happens. After whoever wins or loses this fight, the social media, especially Twitter, is gonna be fucking crazy. So I'm excited for this. I think I don't know. A part of me feels like Fury's just going to frustrate Wilder. I feel like, especially because we know that Wilder's been putting out videos where he's, relearning, recatching up on his fundamentals. Right? He never really had to rely on anything other than his fucking right hand, like his windmill right hand that everybody made fun of, but he still put motherfuckers sleep on. So like he's going back to his roots, he's going back to fundamentals and being able to rely on those all over again, to make it an instinct, to make it kind of like an automatic reaction to use his fundamentals as opposed to just try to go for the knockout, right? So I think it depends, right? We see this Wilder who is like this focused guy, focusing on boxing and his boxing ability and trying to prioritize footwork and speed and multiple combinations, right? Because Wilder was not a guy of combinations. He was just this guy who was going like throwing his right hand over and over, right? And like maybe setting up a jab or like trying to maintain his distance with a jab, but he was always just a right hand man. And now you see him, trying to work on combinations, working on his footwork. So when you see this, you do gotta wonder and you get intrigued to see how he's gonna implement that in the actual fight and how is he going to react to see if it works or not within Tyson, with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is an elusive, lengthy, awkward motherfucker. Like, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't prove to be effective against Fury, what's Wilder gonna do next? Is he just gonna start swinging all over again? Because then he's gonna have um, he's gonna, get caught most likely, right? But then you also see Tyson Fury, and to me, I think this is why, I think Wilder's gonna win by knockout, because Tyson Fury has not been seen. I know, and I know it's like it's not about social media and shit like that, but he doesn't seem like to be really interested from what we see, right? I'm pretty sure the whole thing of him actually having to fight Deontay Wilder threw him off when he was supposedly, allegedly planning to fight Joshua, right? So that must have thrown him off. The COVID diagnosis, whether it be true or not, I don't think that was true. He could, that could have also thrown him off. And he just doesn't seem motivated. Just like he doesn't care. Of course, when they ask him about the cheating and stuff like that, he kind of just laughs it off. He never denies it. He kind of just laughs it off, and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, I'm going to go ahead and cheat again. That's what he says. So I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what my prediction is. I think Fury. I don't know. I don't fucking know, to be honest. Um, I think again, it could go both ways. Fury could just come in and continue the fight as if it was last fight and put a whooping. But I don't think, he says it'll be sooner this time. I don't think so. I think if it's one thing that's gonna help Wilder with his preparation and the things he's been doing differently in the gym, is going to help his endurance, and is gonna help him kind of try to get Fury off of him for at least a couple more rounds, and it'll be later on. He doesn't seem focused. I just don't think he does. But I don't know. Let me go through the comments. I really want y'all to give me your predictions. Oh, remember we said we're gonna do that bet thing? Should we do that thing where we all put a number on and then like we all put in like $20, and then we each pick a round, right? And then whoever gets the round wins. Y'all ever do this in my Mexican household? We always did this in every fight. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do any of that. I'm sorry. I don't know how any of that works. I'm really dumb when it comes to YouTube. I'm sorry. I don't know how to do that. How did you do it, Miguel? I don't know how to do that. Wilder would knock him out. I would love that, just again because I always love underdogs. Like everybody, I feel like everybody loves underdogs, right? Like that's why we were so excited when Fury won, because we were like, what the fuck? Right? So I feel like the best scenario would be Wilder winning, because it would just be that much more um exciting, and it would give us more to talk about than if Fury just comes in and does the same thing. It'll be like, okay, well, we knew this was gonna happen. Why they prolong it that long? Oh, fucking well, let's move on now, right? But if Wilder wins, it'll be super fucking like crazy. I would love that. I would honestly love that. If Wilder tries to box Fury, he's going to be put out under 7. But if Wilder fights his fight, see, I think the opposite. I feel like Wilder is going to at least gain a little bit more rounds if he does try to box, than instead just going with his usual, right hand windmills that can get him caught and countered. Um, but I think, who said this? Somebody said this on Twitter, like that. A famous boxer said this, that he needs. Oh, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson said, if that doesn't work, if he tries to go out there and box and doesn't work, Tyson Fury is still, manhandling him. He needs to fucking go all out. He does. He needs to go out there and just swing for the fucking fences and hope once, lands on fucking Fury enough to put him down. I think that's what he should do. Should the boxing, not work. Fury took 2 of Wilder's big punches and kept on. The first in the first he went down. I wonder if it really power. See, I don't know. I think that's what we mean, right? Like Wilder needs to not. I know we want Wilder to be relentless and just fucking come at Fury and try to bully him, but trust me, that's only going to get him caught. It's only going to get him countered, right? Because it's not like he has the best fucking defense in the world. So I would like for him to at least try to box first and try to hit Fury to the body. I think Fury's such a long, long guy, right? Lengthy, awkward dude. If Wilder invests in the body, I think he can definitely reap some benefits later in the fight that can help him get a knockout victory, right? So I think it'd be cool if he invests in the body, but I don't know if that's necessarily anything that they've been working on. Tyson Fury doesn't. I don't think And I know people are like, "Oh, it's not social media. Like, who the fuck posts on social media?" I get it, right? Social media doesn't mean that a guy, him posting on social media doesn't mean that he's going to look amazing, right? But he just doesn't look like he cares, to be honest. And again, he just kind of dismisses all the talk about Wilder and allegations, and it's just like, oh, yeah, he's like, whatever. Panchoilla says Wilder can box, Vernie else he can hurt. Yeah, I think there's all these cheating allegations, but I actually think that Wilder was just not used to anybody trying to back him up, and he was not ready for Fury to back him up, right? Like, I don't think he was able to react and adjust to a fighter really coming at him. He was used to having guys walking backwards because they're scared of his power, right? But when Fury came in here and went straight at him, I'm pretty sure that was like, wait a minute, what's going on? For Wilder, right? And I don't think he was able to adjust to someone literally coming at him, right? So that is a pretty valid point, right? That's a valid point. I would love to know why you think he's the most protected fighter. Wilder didn't have to fight Fury. Wilder didn't have to fight Fury at all. He didn't have to give him a chance at the belt. He didn't really. He waited for him too because remember there was, Fury wanted to fight Wilder, and but Fury said, I still need, I want to get some tune-ups first, and he fought like that Italian dude that he picked up and kissed at the weigh-ins, and then he fought some other guy, right, before actually fighting Wilder. So Wilder literally let him go and do, get back in the rhythm of actual boxing and then give him a chance. Wilder didn't have to do that. So that doesn't really fit that narrative of being protected when he gave Fury that chance. And that's not something you see a lot these days where fighters give other top fighters a chance without them being mandatories. Right? So I think that alone just doesn't fit your narrative because again, Wilder didn't have to fight Fury. He really didn't. He could have fought literally anybody else. Uh, Miguel says he might be overlooking Wilder and think he won't change anything in terms. Well, I think he doesn't think he's going to change anything because Wilder keeps talking about the cheating, right? And Wilder keeps talking about the cheating, and I feel like Fury thinks, well, this guy's just going to think I cheated, and he's that's his excuse. So he didn't really modify anything. So I can come in here and just do that, right? I for legal purposes, I'm going to say that yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Wilder by KO before the 7th. I don't know, man. Fury's a durable dude. Fury's a durable dude. He is. He kind of goes all over the place. Uh yes, I'm going to be live right after, and yes, I have like Modelo cans all over my freaking desk. I just the new Modelo with the pineapple is so fucking good. This one, it's really good. So that's what I'd be drinking in honor to Caleb Plant. So yeah, I'm gonna be on here. Let me. I'm behind in the comments. Ah, hold on, guys. I'm way behind in the comments, and I'm trying to find my place. Oh, Miguel, what's your prediction? I think Miguel has Wilder winning. Miguel, what's your prediction? Fury leaves himself open for right hand and has no defense. Oh, so I see a couple of Wilders in 7. What's particular about the 7th round? Didn't Wilder get stopped in the 7th round? So is he going to turn it around this time and make it a 7th round stoppage for himself? Wait, he lost in the 7th round, right? Right? Let me see. Let's see. He could have, but I wonder why I'm banning you as a chair. He could have, but didn't. I wonder why. He could have what? Sorry, I'm way behind in the comments. And I'll get to that Virgil question. I'm still trying to get the predictions for Wilder Fury. And give me a minute. I just gotta tell my son that he has tutoring right now for Spanish. Give me like two. My son is playing Fortnite, but he has tutoring right now at 7. Wilder by KO, but what round? Are we betting on it? Fury himself looked like a shell of himself. Comeback fights. Fury was a cherry pick gone wrong. I don't think that was a cherry pick. A lot of people feel like that Fury was still one of the best on the top of the division. But I guess we just have to agree to disagree. Both, I think your points are valid given the fact that, you know, it's boxing. This is box. This is box. Okay. Okay. Well, I want you. Oh, my son's in boxing, by the way, too. So he's going to show off for a bit. Um. Oh, Celtic got Fury. Who wins, Mason? Wilder or Fury?
Wilder.
Bomb Squad. Say Bomb Squad, really. Say Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad.
So people are saying 7. Wilder 6. I don't know, you guys. What's his name is really what's his name? Fury's really durable. Like we've never seen Fury like knock the fuck out. Wilder almost got him, but so I just feel like I don't know. Real question: if Wilder wins, no, they said no. Actually, Anthony, today at the Grand Arrival, Wilder told Boxing Scene that I mean not Boxing Scene, Fight Hype. Wilder told Fight Hype that regardless of who wins, even if it's 1-1-1 or 1-1, 2-1, whatever the fuck, there won't be a fourth fight, and I fucking hope so because I'm ready for these dudes to. That's why I'm like, whatever, just whoever just wins, get off the face of the boxing earth. I think let's think about what's to come to these fighters should they lose. If Wilder loses, what he's just. I think he'll just be like the gatekeeper that all heavyweights need to get to and be able to withstand his power, so that they can have a chance with other heavyweight guys. Does that make sense? I think he can make a fight finally with White, right? If he loses, maybe for that money, for the Eddie Hearns money, right? That another fight an actual fight with White, maybe Andy Ruiz, right? Who else is he gonna fight? Maybe all the up and comers, whoever wins on the undercards of these things. But if Fury wins, then is he gonna fight the winner of Usyk and Joshua, which I think is just gonna be Usyk all over again. I love Usyk. Leave me alone. Uh, I wish, man. I wish. That's my. It's not my favorite beer, but it's my favorite Mexican beer. Let's see. Real. Oh, I just read that. Canelo gonna destroy Plant? I hope so, and I can't wait because oh my god, that dude get on my nerves. And again, I don't really root for fighters. I just when people get on my nerves, I just want them gone. Do you think after Fury stops Wilder again, he beats Usyk? I think that's a very interesting fight, and I think it will be more of a chess match with Wilder. I mean, with Fury and Usyk. I think that's gonna be a kind of like what a lot of people call boring fight because it's gonna be like a chess match, right? I don't see Fury like being the kind to kind of step up to Usyk and try to bully him, though he is taller, like freakishly tall, and can definitely work that to his advantage, right? So I don't know. I predict Wilder in 6, 7, inside 8. Dang, you guys give Fury no chance. Oh. But he oh my god, he loves saying Bomb Squad. He would just yell it out every now and then. If Wilder loses, I think he'll retire. I think he has enough money to retire now, but I think people will want to see him against White. And if he does retire, then White's gonna be like, "Oh, he avoided me" or something, and it's White, so who gives a fuck what he says? But he will say it, right? He will say it. So I don't know. Maybe PBC will make its own belts, and it'll be Wilder versus Andy for the PBC heavyweight belt. imagine, imagine. Oh my god, I'll have him on here if Wilder wins. I'll have him on here, like just giving predictions, and he'll be the new bookie or whatever they call them, that the ones that make the predictions. No, I don't want my son to box. He just does it for fun. I just take him so he can like release his energy. I don't want my son to be a boxer. I don't imagine seeing him get knocked the fuck out. I would freak out. Uh, Combat talks says if it starts going south for Wilder, I see Wilder abandoning everything he wants. Well, yeah, I think he will go back to his instincts, and even if it doesn't go south, right? A lot of times, a lot of boxers go back to what they know just by instinct, right? Like they forget. Look at Munguia. That's happened to Munguia. That's happened to Oscar Valdez, where they're kind of doing something that you can tell that they've been practicing in the ring, but then they just abandon that because they go back to the style that they know, the style that they're more comfortable with. And it's not often like a bad thing, right? That's what they do, and that's what's worked for them so far, right? But it's just things that they want to see implemented. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. I just want it to be a knockout though, because I do have a feeling that they might be testing each other out. We don't know that, right? We don't know if, just like the first one, while the second one, I mean, Fury's is gonna come out and try to back Wilder up, or if he's gonna be a little bit more hesitant when, with his offense, or if Wilder's gonna be all crazy offense from the get-go, or if he's gonna try to box. We don't know. It's things that we really need to work on, things that we really need to wait on. So we never know, right? We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know, and that's why I'm intrigued again. Again, when it was July and this fight was off, I'm like, man, I'm like, fuck these two dudes. Like, I don't care who wins. Get out of here. Please give us back the belt. Like, just get the fuck out of here. But now I'm again. I'm like, ooh, almost Saturday yet. Like, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see finally this culmination of crazy fights that have been super controversial. Too much. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Wilder is all he's. I think Wilder's good. I think Wilder has enough money to where he'll be good for the rest of his life. What do people? I think people just it's just that when you see him, he doesn't look like anything special. When you look at Fury, you don't see him like, oh, look at this guy, his skills, Jesus, like what a heavyweight king, right? You don't. But it's the way that he still makes a lot of guys just look ordinary, or it's the way he's able to maneuver himself into victories, basically, right? I think him beating Klitschko specifically really put him to the top and gave him like a reputation, right? For someone who's over here trying to cause a ruckus in the division, and he has, right? I'm not the biggest Tyson Fury fan in or outside the ring. He, like I said, he gets a little corny sometimes with the shit he says, and I'm just like, I know people are like, oh, he's so funny, and oh my god, like he gets the people going or whatever, and I'm just like, he's kind of corny, like he says some stupid shit, and it's like funny if you're like in middle school and laugh at fart jokes on Nickelodeon. Like I don't get it either. Let's see. Anthony says at some point, I fucking hope so. I fucking hope so, because if whether Usyk, repeats the dose and beats Anthony Joshua a second time on the rematch, or whether Joshua becomes a 3-time heavyweight champion, the belts are there, and I really hope that if it's true that while that Fury was already working with Eddie Hearn to make that Joshua fight, supposedly, right? Because supposedly that's what was gonna happen, and they were ready to announce it. Let's hope that they keep the same energy. Let's hope that if Fury wins, and let's say whoever wins, whether it's Joshua or Usyk, let's hope that they're still willing to work with another promotional company, like they were supposedly working with Eddie Hearns, right? So I fucking hope so. Dude, we need a unified, undisputed champion in as many divisions as we can, but especially with heavyweights. Come on, like everybody from everybody, even casuals, the ones that the division they want to follow is heavyweights. It's always been that way. So they need to fucking live up to it. They need to give the casuals some content too. Yes, it is. It's pay per view. Is it Fox or Showtime pay per view? That's a good question. What is it? Is it Showtime? You guys, don't be mad at me. Is it Showtime? or is it? uh, Please, someone tell me. I don't know, but it is pay per view. It's pay per view. Parece costal de papas because he's floppy. Well, that's Andy Ruiz. Oh yes, okay. Thank you for the answer, Anthony. It's $80. Anthony, say you're kidding right now because the FBI agent might be watching on my computer. So say that. Just say JK. Just say it so I can highlight it, and then the FBI agent can know that you were just kidding. I wasn't a Fury fan until the Wilder fight. After that, lost all support for Wilder and Fury. Okay, I want to know, especially because I think a lot of people have this sentiment, right? Did you stop being a Wilder fan because he lost, or did you stop supporting Wilder because of the excuses? Because I can understand the excuses part. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were like, "Oh my god," when all these excuses started pouring out, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people started like, "Oh Jesus," when all these excuse after excuse after excuse would come out. So what was it? Because I'm pretty sure I already know the answer. Not that any answer is wrong, because it's your it's your opinion, and we all have valid opinions here. Safe space. Fury before Klitschko fight looked special. After that, he looked good. See, and I have the same feeling with AJ. AJ when he put hi. Hold on, guys. I have to get Mason. He has his tutoring. Give me 1 minute. I need to get Mason. My bad. My son has Spanish tutoring. He speaks Spanish, but I want him to learn like the Mexico Spanish. So he has tutoring. Heavyweight boxing sucks right now. Just love what? So is that what people like MMA, because they like to see like that power dynamic? So hypothetically, if someone's going to stream it, would they? I heard that this specific site, it's a spicy site that starts with an O and ends with an S and rhymes with holy fans. I've heard that that site does not have copyright violation. They don't track you for that. So maybe if someone were to stream it, they would stream it on that if they did. But I don't know, if that person, if those people exist. You know, they might though, but I don't know. JK, unless Buzz not the same as the first two Wilder wins. Everybody says 7. Everybody's saying 7. I'm wondering who beats the winner of Wilder versus Fury. Would he be the best? Well, you know how people don't like to keep pound for pound list. They exclude heavyweights from it. They want the heavyweights to have like their own pound for pound list, right? That's basically what they do. But if I were to put them on, I would put Usyk on top if he beat Wilder or Fury. I would, because he does the most, right? He already accomplished so much in cruiserweight, which a lot of people don't give a fuck about because it's cruiserweight. Who gives a fuck about cruiserweight? But for him to beat Joshua was a pretty big deal to me, at least. So I would. The heavyweight division is exciting. I like the heavyweight division. I'm just tired of it being held up, right? But it's not going to be held up anymore after this. Let's hope. And all we got to wait for is the winner of the rematch with Fury. I mean, versus Joshua versus Usyk, and then hopefully they'll keep it moving. Yeah, like onda que chido way. That's tapes. So that's what he's on his tutoring. He talks like very little Spanish because he was little, obviously, when he started school, because I had to go to school and to work. But my oldest, he speaks Spanish better. And he's also getting tutoring, but he's just getting like regular tutoring, not like super hardcore Spanish. I became a Wilder fan. He does. See, that's why you can't rule Wilder out, because he could just land something that's gonna fuck somebody up. You can't count Wilder out. You can't. Even if you were like, man, he's corny for all these allegations. Man, I wish he wouldn't say all this stuff. Man, I wish he had like other something than just power. He has tremendous power that can just end something like this. Like Thanos, like just snapping his finger. Always watch well. Oh my god, that's kind of rude. Always watch Wilder to fight. Oh my god, so were you really happy then the second fight? Were you happy that second time when he lost to Fury? Oh my god. I feel like a lot of people watch like a lot of people watch Mayweather just so he would lose. Right? Or some people watch Canelo just so that he would lose, right? Beyonce. Oh my god. You guys you guys are Miguel says UK fan. Well, they're named Patron Boxing, so I don't think you would be from the UK. That's crazy. You know what? Rolly messaged me the other day. When was it, Miguel? When did I tell you? On Saturday, right? Rolly messaged me on Saturday, and he said that he already agreed to a fight with Gervonta, and that he's fighting Gervonta, and that is basically all set. All they have to work out is just the money, which to me is the biggest part. Like, don't say you're gonna fight somebody, but then be like, oh, well, we're still gonna decide the money, because that's the one thing that like makes fights not happen, not actually happen. So yeah, Rolly messaged me on Saturday, and he was like, oh, guess what? I'm fighting Gervonta. I'm like, when are you gonna make it official? And he's like, oh, when it's all said and done, and we just need to figure out the numbers, basically, like the percentage, I guess. But I don't know if to Rolly's always saying shit, so I don't know. But I would love to see that. And it makes sense because remember Mayweather said that Gervonta was only gonna fight like PBC and all that stable, right? So I would like to see it. It would be a funny ass leading to the fight, right? The press conference, all that would be crazy, crazy talk. I would love to see it. So I would welcome it. And he told me, he's like, you don't have to believe me. Because I'm like, bro, you always say that. He's like, you don't have to believe me then. I'm like, okay, well, I'll believe you when the fucking paper's signed and you make that shit official and you post it on Instagram or Twitter. But I would love to see Rolly fight Gervonta. I would love to see it. And I think this funny as fuck. You want to see him lose too? You might catch that if he fights Gervonta. Miguel said he's going night night. I feel like if he does fight, it's gonna be a tremendous knockout, man. It's gonna be like a highlight reel type shit. I would love to see it. I support Fury. I think Fury looks more like a diva. I don't know. Hold on. Rolly versus Tank, great fight. You like Rolly? I like Rolly too. Rolly's a cool dude, but Gervonta's just on another level, in my opinion. Well, boys. Is he gonna smile too, though? Is he gonna smile too when he's like on the floor, going dreaming about? I don't know, taquitos. Oh my god, that's crazy. I have a theory about Rolly. I think it's fabric. I don't know because I don't know if it'd be that much, but maybe they were doing the same thing that Top Rank does, to where they're like really hyping up a certain fighter, just to feed when they would do that and just feed the guy to Crawford, or a lot of people do that, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see, right? I guess we'll see. What's good in here? I don't know. He's going to Santa Cruz him, but is he gonna smile though when he's on his way down? Yes, he did, dude. But what's crazy is that what's his name? What's his name? The guy that lost to Teofimo, Comey, right? Comey knocked out Manriquez. That was his name, right? Mariñez was his last name. Felix Phoenix Mariñez, right? He got knocked the fuck out by Comey not too long ago. But Broly did lose to him, and I didn't like that they just straight up robbed him. That was a robbery. I don't really like using the word robbery, but that was a robbery. And Broly knows it. He gets mad when we tell him, but he knows. Bomb squad. What round, Chris? Just tell me what round. I just want to know what round. I think it's gonna. I think. Ah, maybe he'll be there more often after that. After he recovers. Jackson Mariñez. Yes, thank you for correcting me because I remember it was something like that. I am on Instagram, but it's just a personal account. I gave away the boxing Instagram to a friend because it was hard. It was hard to keep posting for boxing Instagram, and then people just like the same thing. Canelo posts something, and everybody on Instagram just posts the same thing Canelo posted, and it's like, why am I just gonna copy and paste everything? But I do have an Instagram. It's Billy Ho Saunders. Billy Ho Saunders. Like Lily Ho Saunders, but like Billy Joe Saunders, but just an H instead of a J. Okay, let me catch up on the comments. I don't know. Rayo's been looking sus with his defense. I feel like Rolly would knock out Rayo because the Rayo's just not there yet. Rayo hasn't faced anybody with a winning record. Rayo has only faced people who have more losses than victories, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not saying that Rayo's not good. I'm just saying Rayo's not there yet, and Rolly has more experience than Rayo and more power. So I feel like with Rayo's lack of defense, as he's shown in his last fights, he would lose to Rolly. Give me like 2 minutes. Uh, 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 uh. I don't know. What? Where are you gonna go? Hey, we're gonna pay pay per view. We gotta get our money's worth. I want some punishment going on there. Rolly got a lot of friends down here in San Antonio that don't like it. Dude, Rolly said that people were booing him, and then they asked him for a picture. like, why would you ask him for a picture after you booed him? That shit's crazy. You got Rolly in 7 against Gervonta? Against Gervonta? How? How? I don't know. I'm gonna take your boxing card for that one. I'm just kidding. Anything can happen. This is boxing. I hope he gets a good payday. Valenzuela. No. Are you talking about Rayo? Not right now, at least. Maybe after, if he. Maybe in a couple of years, but right now, Rayo is not. Have you seen his fights? He gets caught with a lot of punches that he shouldn't be getting caught with, especially not with the guys that have the level of position that he's been fighting. Have you seen his fights? Did you see his last fight? His last two fights, and then the one where he did that scream, that random ass scream, he didn't look his best. So I don't think so. Maybe not now, but and yes, I'm gonna go into that next because Teofimo, oh my god, me and you talked about it. And only getting KO'd in 5 rounds versus Tank, yes. Wilder was so off in his last fight and barely threw. It seemed like maybe dude. I think the fact that like that Fury was acting so sus and doing the most to like not fight Wilder, it kind of turned me into conspiracy theories too. Sometimes I was like, wait a minute, why is this guy like doing the most? Like, just fight him again and beat him again. Like, what are you doing? Just fight him. But we can get our tinfoil hat on. I don't mind that. Tank knocks Haney, Ryan, and Rolly into. I'm gonna have to screen grab that. This wins comment of the night. this wins comment of the night. Sky openings. Oh my god, you guys are funny as fuck. Fury Tank. Yeah, I think obviously boxing ability most of the time will beat power. Look at Usyk with Garcia, right? We always thought that Garcia was just gonna fuck up Usyk, but that did not happen. But we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Crawford versus Sean Porter. I think I got Crawford winning. I think Crawford's gonna win it, but Porter is just he never makes it an easy fight for anybody. I think it'll be a nice close scorecard. If Tank's job to oh my god, yeah, okay, y'all are getting too crazy. I don't want nobody to catch a body. Not even Wilder. I know he wants to, but nobody. No. And because that was a robbery, it makes so much sense. Yeah, I mean, this is where we put our tinfoil hats on, right? So I do believe you. This can be a good, valid narrative for a conspiracy theory. It won't be like a crazy conspiracy theory. It's like, how the fuck you come up with that? This one of conspiracy theories where you're like, damn, that kind of do make sense though. So imagine if it's like a first round, like some Mike Tyson shit. And it can't be because Rolly is a guy that like comes forward too and tries to get the knockout himself. So if they're both trying to get the knockout, it can happen. It can be a first round knockout. Ah, hold on. I'm way behind on the fucking comments. I'm sorry. Dude, we need to find a clip of that scream. Do you have a clip of that scream, Miguel? Send it to me, please. Dude, I think Lalo got it. Lalo, he has all the people. I think he got it. It's so hard, guys. I have a regular job. That's why I look all crazy today because I just been working, taking my kids to boxing, tutoring. They do all shit all day and I don't have the time to be posting. I'm going to be in charge of the publication I works for, social media too. So that's going to be fucking crazy. Dude, let's move on to the fucking Camboso Teofimo shit because remember last year, earlier this year? We were all like, oh, how cool. Like, Teofimo gets paid and he's going to get 6 million that Top Rank wasn't going to give him, right? We were like, okay, cool. Like, I guess here comes this random ass fucking platform and trying to do kind of like the zone, right? And we were happy for him, right? At least most of us were happy that at least he was gonna get paid 6 million to fight a fucking mandatory. Who gets paid 6 million besides the Canelos of the world? At least. So now, and you think back, you're like, damn, that's sad. This kid could have already. Dale could have already probably made those fucking 6 million in 2 fights, or in the time that he's been waiting. And people are gonna blame him because it's like, oh well, it's because he got COVID or he also claimed he had COVID, which was a lie because the motherfucker was in Europe, in Italy, right? So I get it. But the fact that Triller knows that they can't compete with the boxing scene and with other sports, that they kept moving the dates, right? They were gonna fight a certain date after that, and then it was Mayweather versus Jake Paul. They can't compete with that. Shit. Real boxing cards, like real promotional companies, can't compete with anything Mayweather, even if it's against a YouTuber. So how the fuck is Triller going to? Right? And every time they wanted to plan something, there was something else going on, right? And same with this. Now in October, past October 4th, you guys, well, now there's football. I don't know shit about football, but I know now there's football. There's going to be the off season for baseball, right? Which is a big deal, especially look, the Yankees they fucking made it. The Yankees clinched, like they got it, right? They always find a way, those motherfuckers. And like, so it kind of, the schedule doesn't work, right? So now Triller just dropped that completely. They're like, we've invested 10 million on it. Like, we don't want to keep having to do with this. And now what's going to happen? Is it going to go to the second bidder, which is the zone? So is this fight going to happen on the zone? But now Cambosos wants more money because he's been waiting all this long and he had a child and all this stuff that happened in the time that this fight was supposed to happen, right? And he wanted to happen over there in Australia or whatever. So now it's like, all this shit now is so stupid that I think it'll be easier for Teofimo to just vacate that fucking title and fight Josh Taylor, or fight a tune-up before fighting Josh Taylor, or fight literally anybody else. I would love him to fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia don't have an opponent. Why don't Teofimo drop that IBF and just fight Ryan Garcia? Right? Because, man, supposedly Ryan Garcia's fighting JoJo. Whatever. So this fucking Teofimo shit is really, it's really crazy. And yes, he's mandatory, but it doesn't, like, he could just drop that belt. I feel at this point he should. Because now what's happening is like what somebody else did. He lost momentum. He lost momentum, right? He lost momentum. He was just coming off this spectacular victory that nobody really believed he would win, right? So I don't know. I don't know, dude. Like, I feel bad for Theo. But also, I feel like maybe it's a little, people like to say karma, right? Because he was acting a little out of pocket after he kind of, I mean, I never held it against him because he really just beat the number one pound for pound, according to a lot of people, right? A lot of people had Lomachenko was number one pound for pound. And if not number one of the top three, one of the top five, fuck it, even one of the top 10. And this guy came up here and did this. So, I never gave him shit for acting like that. Never. I never gave him shit for acting like that. So, but a lot of people did. A lot of people were like, "Oh man, like why is he acting like this? Like he's acting brand new. Now he thinks he's the shit. Now he thinks he's all that just because he beat Lomachenko." And okay, Miguel, let me get it. Because we're gonna play that screen. We're gonna play that screen. Right? So a lot of people were saying, like, hey, um, why is he acting like that? But now he just lost momentum. Like he could have been, he fought Comey, beat his ass, and then went straight to Lomachenko. That's fucking momentum right there. And now he's kind of just like there, waiting, withering away. He's about to have a baby too, which that's gonna that's gonna fucking do something. Miguel, send me the tag me on it. Tag me on it on Twitter so I could just share my screen, please. Tag me on it. So I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just, oh my god, are y'all gonna still talking about Tank and Rolly? But yeah, this Triller stuff, it really put a stain on him, and he's losing. I don't think he's losing credibility. I think he's just losing momentum, and it does. Now I feel like Bob Arum was like laughing behind his back because he's like, "See, I fucking told you so." But fine, go with the other ones, right? Who promised you millions, but then now you don't have anybody to fight. It is. It is because all these guys that are champs or top dudes have only fought once. And I don't like that. Lopez will give Garcia a beating. I would love to see it. You really said, Am I supposed to feel bad for the bitch? I don't. That's what you said. Am I supposed to feel bad for the bitch? I don't. Okay, let me share this. Let me share the screen. Okay, let's share it. Okay, y'all ready? Let me put the volume up.
The right thing. It wasn't Junior did 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 the right thing.
What the fuck was that? That does sound like your drunk Theo at the carne asada. That does sound like your drunk Theo, and that's the guy who's going. I'm just like, maybe later on. Right now, I don't think so. Hi, nice to see you. We're just talking about Teofimo and how sad it is that he's going to shit because of Triller. So this happened while Ryan was still uh, at Legends Boxing. I used to go to Legends Boxing literally every other day. And Ryan's manager was Roger Ruiz, I think his last name is Roger, something like that. And yes, technically, Gamboa versus Ryan was supposed to happen in the first undercard of Canelo Triple G, but Gamboa didn't want it, according to Ryan's team. That's what they told us. Let me see. I'm way behind in the comments. I'm so sorry. Remember you said everybody blocks you? This is the shit that gets you blocked. Because you don't have to like Lomachenko or even think he was as good as people would say. But to say he's overrated when he was literally beating champions, jumping divisions, just like that is, you might as well get tatted, I don't know shit about boxing in your forehead. Because that's fucking crazy. See, you don't have to like Lomachenko. He's fucking weird. He does crazy stuff. He's also kind of a diva, right? He's proved to be kind of a diva. But to say he's overrated, that is fucking nuts. That's no wonder people block you because that's just a moment of silence. Yeah, I don't get how anybody could see a guy who wins like 3 division championships before having like 20 fights and say overrated and against champs. I can see where people block you. I really do. I wish it could skip to him. I don't know. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. And if it is, I don't think it's gonna happen in this division. Maybe at 140. There was talking crazy, seeing as the A said yeah, he was talking crazy. But when you beat like Lomachenko, I feel like that happens to you. I would feel like, but yeah, he was acting fucking crazy, especially against the other. Like, come on, I hated when his dad said something like, "Where are we supposed to fight these guys? Like, who are they? What do we get out of it?" Like, excuse me, what do you get out of it? We want you to fight these guys. We want you to fight Devin Haney. We want you to fight Tank. We want you to fight Ryan Garcia. And his dad literally say, "What do we get out of fighting these guys?" Like, what kind of mentality is that? Please, like, bruh, why? Oh my god, that really pissed me off when they said that. Because it shows that oh my god, it shows that they feel so entitled to the division and the way that they defeated Lomachenko that they don't even want to give anybody else a time of day. Yeah, I'm telling you, he could have already had those 6 million had he fought and stayed active in the time that he was waiting for Triller to make this fucking fight. Oh my god. It sounds like when someone's doing Taekwondo combos. Oh, thank you for asking. We had a lot of fun. We already missed concerts. We miss concerts already. Saturday, it's on. What team are you? What team are you, Warcry? I guess you could say it also kind of sounds like a rooster. I guess yeah, you could say it's a rooster. When you're in Mexico and you wake up to a rooster, that's the sound. Shit, I should put that scream as my alarm. Fear and Ryan Garcia are the biggest. Ooh, tell me how you feel, Chris. Ryan Garcia lying about the mental health stuff. I don't. See, a lot of people say that, but whose fault is that? It's not Loma. And when I went to interview Mean Machine, his team also works with Loma, and they told me, oh, that he had an injury. He did have a shoulder injury, but that his dad told him that he should still fight, and that his dad made him basically take the fight, like not pull out or whatever, and that he just thought he was that much better than Teofimo that even with an injured shoulder he would win. That's what they told me at the gym. They told me that he had an injury. But I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like excuses after. Like if you agree to the terms of something and you fight, that's on you, boo. Kind of like when Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was talking about how Canelo and the weight issue, like you agree to this, right? Same with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's like, oh, Canelo's a cheater, blah blah. You agree to fight him, my dude. Like you're agreeing to fight this guy. You guys, that's why you sign a contract, right? Like, so same with this. Like, you agreed to fight already. Just please, like, no, and no, that will get you blocked. Don't go in my DMs, please. I don't think anything in detail could explain why Lomachenko's overrated. That is weird, and I agree with you. I don't like calling them overrated and bums. She's weird. Not even Loma was earning money. I don't think. And then didn't Lomachenko take a pay cut so that they could give it to Teofimo so that the fight could happen so that he could agree to a fight? Because remember this fight was supposed to happen also maybe a month earlier, but they couldn't make it happen because Teofimo wanted more money, right? And then Lomachenko, I think he gave because of the pandemic, right? He gave Teofimo some of his purse, right? Or was I on crack that day? I thought that's what I remember. Sam says Fury. You got Fury? A lot of people here got Wilder by seventh round. Knockout. And the reason, dude, I woke up and I saw that Andy Ruiz was trending in like the boxing Twitter community. And the first thing that came to my head is like, oh my God, like Andy Ruiz must have gotten popped for something. Like Andy Ruiz must have been popped for that tea that Oscar Valdez had too. Like, what's going on? And then I see his fucking ass crack on my screen, and I'm just like, oh, okay, he got his ass tattooed. Okay. Like people are really like going crazy over this ass crack tattoo. So I'm like, oh, okay, at least it's not him getting popped for something. I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know he was from New York. I didn't know he was from New York. I didn't know he was from New York. Is that where he lives? I thought he bought a house somewhere else. Honestly, I don't know. I'm on the side of activity, sorry for Fury. Dude, I just want one champ. One in each division. Just one, please. Let's see. Clapas or papas? Look how much I'm sweating because of this camera. Deal's from Brooklyn. I didn't even know that. Okay, how do I mute people? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No one gets muted here unless y'all racist. Hi Arturo. Same with Pacquiao. Oh, and it's just yeah, like you don't say that, even if it's true. Let's say it's true. Let's say Lomachenko did have an injury. Why say that? Like, don't even say that because it's embarrassing. Like, y'all sound crazy. You already took the fight. Just keep that one to yourself already. And then, if you do want a rematch, come and be better for the rematch without that injury. But Lomachenko was so confident that he was going to beat Teofimo that he didn't get a rematch clause. He thought he was just going to go through these dude and that's it. And he was just going to come over here and just be good. And that's it. Right? But he didn't, and that backfired on him because now Teofimo's dad and Teofimo don't want to give Lomachenko a rematch. Well, they flip flop because when Lomachenko fought Nakatani, he said that he would, right? Like Teofimo's dad's like, yeah, we will give Lomachenko the rematch. But then now he's like, no, we're not gonna fight him again. So I don't know who the fuck. And thank y'all for the super chats. Y'all are so cute. I do this for fun, but y'all are always appreciated. I'm just kidding. I don't block people unless they say something racist. So you're not getting blocked or nothing. But tampoco te pases de verga, güey. No mames. I only care about injuries when they occur. Yes. Good point. When they happen during the fight, you're there. You can see it, right? Like you can see that something happened, like this gash or something, right? Or something. But when people just say it after, what's the point of saying it after? You're like, ooh, like Pacquiao would say, I'm not saying it's, I'm not trying to make excuses, but blah 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 blah. And it's like, you're not trying to make excuses because it do look like you're making excuses right now, dude. Like that's what it looks like. You're making excuses. And then when Lomachenko started saying that the CompuBox was wrong and that the judges, I'm like, not you too. Kind of like Pancho. I'd be like, not you too. Pinche Lomachenko, like, why are you saying that? Why would you say that after the fight? There's no reason to say that. But we've been here for an hour and 15 minutes. Let's look into the undercards because this is going to be a good fight in the undercards too. There's going to be a really good undercard. There's going to be a great pay for once. I'm like, this is a good pay per view. Actually, it's not a bad pay per view because you got like a bunch of heavyweights, right? You got a bunch of heavyweights, and who the fuck doesn't want to watch a bunch of heavyweights? Let's see. Let me share my screen so we can look at this together, and then we can sign off, and we'll be on for the fight. Hi, Aiden. We could be on for the fight. Screen. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, so we have Fury versus Wilder. Obviously, most people on here are claiming Wilder is gonna win before 8 rounds, but I did see a couple Furies in there. And then we have Efe Ajagba versus Frank Sanchez. I'm really excited for this fight. If I'm not mistaken, both these guys are undefeated. And you know, Efe Ajagba, he's had like some pretty great knockouts. Frank Sanchez is the guy that's on the Canelo team, right? Like I think he's a Cuban dude. Cuban dude. He just fought not too long ago. And I think this fight's gonna be really good. I think this fight's good also because it's two undefeated guys, right? It's two undefeated guys, and that's always good to see. And then whoever's probably wins is gonna get fed probably to the winner, which would be cool. Robert Helenius versus Adam Konaki, or I don't know how to fucking say his name. That one's gonna be good too because remember the first one we thought, because Adam Nawaki has a baby face bald. He looks like Butterbean, but like in baby face. He was like how he was beating motherfuckers up, right? And knocking motherfuckers out. And here comes Robert Helenius, who hadn't even like done shit in years, and he fucks him up. That was great. That was great to watch, and I can't wait to see that rematch. I think I got Helenius again. I would love to see him beat up Adam Nawaki again, or whoever wins. All I know is that va putazos. There's gonna be bodies hitting the floor, and it's gonna be a good night, right? Jared Anderson versus Vladimir Tereshkin, another heavyweight match again. Bodies hitting the floor. I'm here for it. Chef's kiss. We have Ramirez versus Orlando Gonzalez, 10 rounds. These are featherweights. I don't really know much about either of them, but hey, I'm good with anything. And we have Berlanga versus Marcelo Esteban Coceres. Coceres? And people have a really big right now they really love Berlanga. Berlanga has had the first round knockouts except his last fight, right? He went the distance in his last fight, if I'm not mistaken, or he got a late knockout. I don't remember. Point is, he don't have a first round streak anymore, and he's the guy that does push ups after because he didn't do something right or whatever. So people are really high on Berlanga right now, and I really want to see how good he's gonna do, especially against Coceres, who I'm kind of familiar with because he's fought like other middleweight guys. So I'm excited to see that. And then you got Julian Williams versus Vladimir Hernandez, 10 rounds, your middleweights. Obviously, we've seen Williams. I'm excited to see how he's gonna perform now. And then Barthélemy versus to be announced. I don't. Ever since I saw Barthélemy versus Easter Jr., I don't give a fuck about Barthélemy. I don't want to see him on my TV. I don't know why they would even put him on this card. I think these are like the free ones though, so it's okay. And these, I don't know. Elvis Rodriguez, obviously we know Elvis Rodriguez. Um, these are just Cesar Cantu. Okay, so we got like cool little fights here. Like obviously we're just looking for the heavyweights. But is there any other fight you guys are excited on in the undercard that you guys like? Uh, I honestly just can't wait for the heavyweight fights. Everybody else can honestly suck my dick. Just kidding. I like boxing, but the heavyweights is what I'm here for. And of course Berlanga because I want to see how good he's gonna look or how he's gonna look, period. And people are really high on him and I can't wait to see how he develops. Ken Lopez' plan lives in my dude, I don't like White. He's so annoying. But good point. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that. Bro, imagine if Plant knocks out Canelo in 2 rounds or one. Imagine. Imagine. I think they do. They do make excuses. It's like inevitable. They will just make a fucking excuse. And yes, this is a great undercard. I feel like if one is worth the money, it's this one. It's $80, which is a lot of money. But this one's like a really good undercard. It's probably the best undercard in a while for a pay per view. If AJ, dude, I would love that. I would love that, and I hope it's true. Sanchez, you like Sanchez? Yeah, he's a Cuban, the Canelo team. Okay, let me see. Do you listen to Son Habana? I do not, but send me a link and I will. You got Babyface winning Kanawaki, right? Something like that. I was hearing the African guys. He is. He does pretty well. He's been on some top rank cards too, and I think right was it top rank or PBC cards where he was at? And he's gotten some pretty good knockouts too. Like he has some impressive knockouts. Well, they're good. Don't miss it. Whether I don't think these go the distance, and I can't wait for them to not go the distance because I want violence. I want gore. My Twitter's down here. Queer Desmadre. That's my Twitter. I changed it recently because of my job. I don't think they would have appreciated my name being Lily Ho Saunders. Barthélemy just like his style is just man, and I don't like calling fights boring. I don't do that. But that fight with Easter just ruined me for anything Barthélemy or anything Easter to come. I don't care. I simply don't care. I'm just I'm just kidding. I love this card. I'm gonna pay for it. FBI agent, I am. I want to see where Langa was he fight. Coseres, I've seen his name, but I don't remember. I'm gonna have to do some investigating. Yes, this is probably the best way to put it. Hold on, let me screen grab it. This is the best way to put it. He has the style that can be problematic for Canelo, but not the skills to pull it off. He's not there. And his level of opposition has sucked so bad. The plan knocks out Canelo, I'll get no boxing. Dude, we should do some crazy bet like that. If Plan beats Canelo or drops him, we should do something crazy. So that brings me to my next point. Do you guys want me to go live during the main event tomorrow or after? We can also do that raffle thing where we all put our number, a round number in a hat, and we all like pitch in $20. Like 12 people pitch in $20, right? And then whoever wins the round that the fight ends in gets all the money. We do that when we watch fights at my Mexican households. I feel like that would be cool. But I don't know if like how would we do that? Like we could all send like I will not scam you guys. Obviously, like y'all know too much about me. I wouldn't scam you anyway if you didn't. But I feel like we would all send like $20 to like Cash App or Venmo. I don't have Cash App. Venmo or PayPal or something, and then whoever wins gets that whole amount. Does that make sense? That'd be cool. We do that in the Mexican households during fights. But we can also just go live after, like, and watch the press conference together. That would also be cool. It was just wasn't entertaining. I like the way you put that. I like you're much nicer than I am. Is it puzzle for net? It's se pasan de verga. Y'all too much. Who's fighting tomorrow? I don't know. I didn't know people were fighting tomorrow. People are fighting tomorrow? Let me see. No. October 9th. It's on, there's no, according to ESPN, there's no fights tomorrow. I pay for violence. Do you pay though? Oh, dude. Dude. Ya dijiste. You said it, okay? Eraser and Mirror. Oh, hi, Sport Talks with Troy. Hello. Two-time Olympic gold medalist from Cuba. Oh, yeah. That's the guy that Shakur Stevenson has beef with because he beat him. And that's the one that made him cry. You're right. See, Sports Talks with Troy always comes here with the knowledge, y'all. With the knowledge. Go live after for sure. All right. Oh, well, we do that to where, like, they split it. And that's why we only choose 12 people. But if more people want to, then they split it in half. The monies. We used to do that. Can you call me?
No, can I call me on your?
Oh, it's probably dead, but yeah. We used to do
No,
that.
I kept it charging.
We used to do that at my house. Yeah, no, dude, we used to play a drinking game to see, like, when they say against the ropes. Every time I say against the ropes, we take a shot. We should do a drinking game too. Then that sounds fun too. And then we get on here after super fucked up. That'd be cool. You pay for this. I canceled the zone. They were too inconsistent with the pandemic. Like, they were too inconsistent. Ken Lopez is playing November. It's on Showtime. Yeah, dude, I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. I just can't wait, honestly. I do pay for it. Somebody, hey, it's paying. Money's coming out. If Plant wins, I still have anxiety. Dude, it'd be freaking hilarious. You don't remember? There's a whole video of Shakur Stevenson crying, like, I don't like to lose. You know, I had never seen that video. I had seen, like, the screen grabs of, like, his crying face, but I had never actually seen that video. Literally, after his last fight, I saw that they played that video. And I'm like, oh my God, no wonder they make so much fun of this guy. He's literally like, he was a kid, so I don't want to, like, be mean to him. Children cry. Everybody cries. But he was like, I don't like to lose. And he's fucking bawling his eyes out. I think we played it here on the last live, didn't we? I'm pretty sure. Oh, thank you, DJ Scarecrows. Much love. We'll be on Saturday after the fight. I watch everybody. Or if it's boring. I'm stealing the night. Black box, dude, I miss the black boxes. Not that I had one FBI agent, but a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of mine did, and it was a great experience. Shakira, oh my, hey, we don't say those things. Everybody cries. Don't say crying like a little girl. Boys cry too. Everybody cries, okay? Everybody cries. But he was crying crazy. Let me sign off with that. Let's play it. Let me see. So it's and cry. Shakur Stevenson crying. Okay, we're gonna play this shit. Hold on. Screen. That's how we're signing off today. Okay. Let's see if y'all can hear it. Tell me if y'all can hear it.
You're emotional right now. What are you feeling?
I'm hurt. I felt like the Cuban one. Much respect to him. I just don't like to lose. So I'm hurt.
The first round didn't seem to go your way, but you really changed the momentum a little bit in that second round. That third was extremely close. Did you think you had done enough to win the fight?
Nah, I had to make it clear. I like all my fights to be clear victories. I felt he got his victory, and much respect to him.
You come in here, I know you wanted that gold medal. I know it's emotional, but you walk away with the silver medal, which is an incredible accomplishment. Can you take any pride in that?
No. I don't like to lose. Second.
I know you're hurting, Shakur. Appreciate you stopping by. Great job.
Imagine. Every time I'm sad, I'm just gonna play that from now on. Oh my god. The part where he says, I don't like to lose, gets to me every time. Are you trying to get us killed? You're trying to get us in the emergency room with fucking alcohol poisoning. But I'm down. He tried it, but you know when you're really sad and you like really want to hold in crying, but somebody keeps asking you shit, so you cry. That's what happened to Shakur, pobrecito. I would give him a hug too. Fucking Mannix has no feelings. Oh my god, I bet you're so fun at parties. You must be fun at parties. But yeah, I would have given a hug. Yes, we are BFFs. Thank you. Have a good night, you guys. Yeah, he was probably 18, I think. But hey, Shakur has a lot to prove. He's done really well so far. No one can land double digits per round on him. Shakur got some shit going on. I think he can be special. We're just gonna see him against obviously Jamal Herring, and I'm excited for that fight. But yes, I'll follow me on Twitter or whatever other social media. Ay, Jesús, ya me voy, güey. Ya nos vamos. I gotta go. My son's gonna be finished with tutoring right now at 8, so I gotta talk to his tutor and see how he did. But yes, I'll be going live on Saturday. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna go live for the main event or after, but most definitely for sure after. I will be going live and we could talk about it and drink some more, and then we can watch the press conference together too. I used to that Canelo so much, but now that I have him in the Fiji bar, I feel the same way. I used to be so fucking mad at Canelo's fucking bandwagon, and then after the Triple G fights, and then when he fought Jacobs, I'm like, okay, I can't hate on the guy. Not to this one, no. I'm not going to this one. I spent a lot of money on taking my kids to concerts this past week. Yeah, so I'm not going to this one. I might go to the Canelo Plant fight, maybe, but I'm going to Crawford Porter for sure. And I always talk to fans. I'm always talking to people. I'm always talking to people at the fights and online. So I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna sign off. I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a dirty pig that I am. But I'll see you guys. Why am I laughing? Because that shit was funny. That shit was funny. I'll see you guys on Saturday for sure. Follow me on Twitter so y'all can know if I am going live. I mean, y'all would get probably YouTube probably tell you if I do, but I'm probably going live just after the fight, and I will freaking drink with y'all, and we can all drink after too. And I'm gonna rewatch the fights just because I want to have more kind of insight going into this third fight, But everybody have a good week. Thank you for being here. Y'all the best. I'll see you guys. And yes, I'm going to Fresno. I am going to Fresno. I have family in Fresno, and I did apply for credentials, so I should be in Fresno for the Mikey Garcia fight. And if anybody wants to meet up there and say hi, you guys can always say hi. Same with Vegas. I always have some crazy colored hair, so you can't miss me. All right? Have a good night, y'all. I'll see y'all later.